Hello, chat. My name is Vipez, and me and Mira are going to be reacting to Speed Cartel's newest video. So, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get right to it.
Per hour on
Tell me when you're starting.
I already started. I'm at 12
Oh,
seconds.
you started?
Yes!
So did you...
Oh my god!
Ah!
Alright, first off, this
Tell me
guy,
1, 2, 3.
130 miles an hour! Holy shit! That is like 40,
2,000 years later.
100.
Are you watching me?
60 miles over than the speed that I do. This guy's my idol. I'm telling you. This guy, screw Amelie. Squeeze Benz is my idol. God damn.
He's my daddy.
God damn.
Camera, masked, faceless, over a million people watching. Then the same footage that made him famous handed police a map straight to his door. You're about to see how the most visible driver in the city caught himself.
Where are you?
April 11th, 2024. Newark, just past midnight. A black BMW with no plates rolls up beside a parked police SUV and starts spinning donuts around it. Tires
Iconic
screaming,
as hell.
smoke pouring off the asphalt.
Yeah.
Close enough that the officer sitting inside is watching the whole thing happen through his own windshield. Then the car snaps straight, floors it, and it's gone before anyone can react. The officers made the call right there. Chasing a car moving like that through a city at that hour put more
in danger.
run, taunt, vanish. For months, it worked precisely that way, and that was the entire appeal. He didn't just escape the police. He performed the escape, posted it, and let 1 million people watch the department decide it couldn't follow. Every clip carried the same promise. Here's the most wanted driver in New York, and here's law enforcement admitting on camera that it had no answer for him. Picture one of those nights. It's past midnight on the Cross Bronx Expressway. He's running the left lane somewhere north of 100 miles per hour.
100 in the... Wait, hold up. Pause. 100 fucking miles per hour in a street that narrow. That is some ballsiness. Like, even I wouldn't do that. Like, goddamn!
Just about all anyone outside the crew actually knew, but the mask was the easy part to copy. To understand why this one stuck when so many others got crushed, you have to look at who was under it and how he built the thing. His name was Antonio Ginestri, a kid out of Queens, 19 years old, by the account of the...
Oh, my Oshi, he should become a VTuber. Like, genuinely, with this type of shit. Like...
Crew he named after himself, Squeeze Team, set up an open rivalry with another New York outfit that went by the Swim Team.
What the fuck is that profile pic? What the hell? Amateur CGI artist bullshittery.
Quiet Squeeze Team was loud, constant, posted everywhere all the time, and he was not out there alone. Street racing across the city had exploded. A problem the police once logged a handful of times a month had turned into something close to a nightly event. Crews coordinated through encrypted apps called meetups only hours in advance and seeded decoy locations to burn police time. Squeeze Team and the rival Swim Team sat at the top of it, and the rivalry itself was content. Who held which bridge? Who ran the cleaner line through Midtown? every run was a chance to settle it on camera. And the roads weren't abstract. This was the Cross Bronx Expressway at a dead crawl 1 minute and wide open the next. The Brooklyn-Queens Expressway under its overpasses, where a car can drop out of a helicopter sightline in the shadows. Manhattan at 3 a.m., where the avenues run straight and empty enough to open a car all the way up. And Times Square, the single most surveilled patch of pavement in America, where Ganestri put a BMW M4 sideways in a cloud of tire smoke with tourists filming from every corner. That last one tells you the whole strategy. He wasn't hiding from cameras, he was performing for them. The cars were real machines. He ran a rotation of luxury sedans, a BMW M4 among them, cars making well past 400 horsepower, enough to clear 130 miles per hour on an open stretch and turn a pursuit into a pair of shrinking taillights. That speed was never fake. But here's the thing most people miss about him. Speed alone never made him untouchable.
Damn!
Plenty of 130-mile-an-hour cars end their stories wrapped around a guardrail or sitting in an impound lot. What actually protected him was written into the rule book of the people chasing him. New York sharply limits when officers can pursue a vehicle at high speed through city traffic. Too many chases had ended in catastrophic wrecks involving people who'd never heard of street racing, just commuters in the wrong intersection at the wrong second. The liability to the city was enormous. So once a fleeing driver pushes past a certain speed and starts weaving through dense traffic, the policy often forces officers to disengage and try to track the car some other way. Ganestri understood that line down to the inch. The donut around the Newark police truck wasn't just disrespect for the camera, it was bait. Provoke the engagement, push past the speed where the rules force them to quit, and the policy does the rest of the work for you. He wasn't really outrunning the police, he was using the department's own caution as a tool. Watch one of his runs and the method is right there. He'd build a gap fast, then stop holding a straight line because a straight line is the easiest thing in the world to track. So he'd weave, sliding between cars with inches to spare, tucking behind a box truck or a city bus so the cruiser behind him lost its line of sight for a beat. Then he changed lanes in that blind moment, and by the time the officer reacted, he was 3 cars over and accelerating. And if a patrol car somehow stayed glued to him, he had a last move in his pocket. Drop the speed, blend into the flow, and become just another sedan in a city full of identical ones. Or cut across 3 lanes to an exit at the last possible second and leave them stranded with no legal way to follow. And this is where he broke from nearly every runner who came before him. The older generation treated the camera as the enemy. They raced in the dark, filmed nothing, told no one because a recording was the thing that put you in a cell. Ganestri inverted all of it. He built the entire operation around the lens. The crime wasn't the product anymore. The footage of the
300,000 subscribers. Holy shit.
did the job that secrecy used to do. He could show you the speed, the smoke, the cruiser shrinking in his mirror as long as the face stayed covered, because knowing what someone did has never been the same as proving who did it. He leaned all the way into it. He even advertised the plate covers that fogged his tags out of camera range. The goal was a strange one, and it held for a long time. Be the most visible street racer in New York and the hardest one to actually put a name to. And the content itself was never subtle. Compilation videos with titles built around running from the police. The donut session around the Newark patrol truck that racked up views overnight. Footage of him circling a marked SUV in the middle of a city, plates fogged, then flooring it into the dark while the officer just sat there. Each one carried a disclaimer claiming it was all staged or performed by professionals in a controlled setting. Just enough illegal cover to keep the videos monetized and the account alive. Nobody believed the disclaimer. That was never the point. The point was the number under the video, climbing every hour. For a stretch, the whole machine ran clean, and the reason he posted any of it, the reason a person would film their own crimes and put them on a public account, comes down to a calculation a lot of this scene had already made. The footage was the business. Millions of views became ad revenue. The audience became sponsorships from car parts companies.
Wait, hold up.
Ad revenue. The audience became sponsorships from
Look how many sponsors this guy has. Holy shit.
Car parts.
It just keeps going.
Sponsors.
Like actual sponsors. Wait, hold on.
Oh god damn.
Views became ad revenue. The audience became sponsorships from car.
He's sponsored by fucking Nissan.
Yeah, that's all that. That's crazy, man. That's actually humongous.
Jesus Christ.
Parts companies that wanted those eyes. The name became merchandise. A single viral run could do more for a 19-year-old's income than a year of any normal job. And underneath that ran a darker version of the same logic, one plenty of drivers in this world genuinely believed. If the arrest ever came, the arrest was just more marketing. The mugshot becomes part of the legend. The sentence becomes the final chapter everyone shares. In a world where attention is the only currency that counts, even getting caught pays out, as long as you got famous first. Gnestri seemed to be betting on exactly that, and for a while the bet looked smart, because the department was not just standing there absorbing the humiliation. Complaints about street racing had roughly quintupled in a single stretch, close to 3,000 calls to the city's helpline in a year, about 5 times what it had been before, residents demanding somebody do something. So the police built dedicated street racing units. They strung more automated plate readers across the bridges and major highways. They coordinated across city and state lines, pulling in New Jersey departments and county sheriffs, trying to get ahead of where the next run would land. And every new tool got an answer. Swapped plates, removable wraps that changed a car's whole look between events. Meetups announced only hours ahead through encrypted group chats. That fogging cover over the tags. For most of 2 years, it was a true arms race, each side learning and adapting, and the masked driver kept his lead through all of it. Then the thing that built him took it all apart. It traced back to that Newark donut run. The masked driver got away clean that night, same as always. But the car didn't get away. It didn't have to be caught on the road. It was already sitting in a video posted by the driver himself, stamped with the brand he'd spent a year making famous. The auto crimes unit of the New York Police Department took the vehicle straight out of that footage and worked backward. They matched the car in the stunt to the Squeeze.Benz account, then linked arms with Newark officers to close the last gap between a username and a human being. That was the flaw buried inside the whole strategy. A mask hides your face. It does nothing for the car you drive, the streets you post from, or the trail of data running underneath a brand you built in public. He'd hidden the one thing that didn't matter and broadcast everything that did. And it took the exact thing the department had spent 2 years building toward. Not a faster car, not a better roadblock, a unit whose entire job was connecting a vehicle on a screen to a registration, to an account, to an address, plus the cooperation to chase that thread across the line between New York and New Jersey that used to be his escape route. The same coordination that kept failing on the highway worked perfectly the moment the chase moved off the road and onto a hard drive. And when the arrest finally came, it had nothing to do with a car at all. On May 16, 2024, officers took him in for an assault. A man punched in the head inside a Queens deli back in February. That was the charge that actually put him in handcuffs.
Yeah.
What? He got arrested for an assault.
Oh,
That's on him. That's on him. He messed up. I would have just...
He messed up.
Yeah, he fucking messed up. Like, if I was that guy, I would just let it go. Let it go. Even if he punched me first, I would just walked away.
Not a roadblock, not a pit maneuver on a highway, a punch in a corner store. Think about that for a second. The most watched driver in New York walked into custody through a side door that had nothing to do with the racing at all. And then, within days, the rest of it caught up with him. Then the picture got a lot bigger than racing. The arrests came in waves, and the racing case was only the first. The ones that followed had nothing to do with speed at all. Once his name was locked to the brand, the charges started stacking, and most of them had nothing to do with speed. Police in New Jersey tied him to a run of burglaries from earlier that year. A gas station hit just before 2 in the morning.
Wait, he does burglaries? Like, what kind of crime? If I was doing this shit, like, if I was doing this shit, I would not commit any other crime. Like, genuinely. Like, if I was doing street racing, I would not commit burglary on top of that. Because it would just make a paper trail.
Yeah. Should done that. Should never.
Yeah, should not never break into.
They messed up. Really messed up.
Yeah, he messed up, but he's probably set for life for all the videos he made. If the police didn't seize his money, but I don't think they can do that yet.